We are at the ITWeb CX Summit 2024. What we're really unpacking is the importance of CX and how the priorities of consumers continue to change. But more than that, how with the emergence of different brands out there competing for consumer attention, the importance of having a good customer experience becomes that much more glaring to a lot of businesses. And so today we are gathered here with industry leadership, and our goal is to network, to really understand CX and how we can apply different strategies towards our businesses, and to also form meaningful connections to enhance the customer experience for all of us.
There's so many moving parts with different technologies. So obviously everybody's talking about AI, algorithms, which will make segmentation and kind of targeting much easier, but then there's also automation. It depends which part of the customer journey you're looking at. Automation is going to help with distribution, dispatching, deliveries, all of those kind of things. Your algorithms are going to narrow down and enable mass customization for you, whether it's pricing or targeting an ad to you and just making that a lot more personalized. But if you let the technology just run rampant, it can also make the customer journey more irritating and less efficient. So you've got to manage it, I think, more so now as it becomes more sophisticated, that you've got to make sure that it's doing what you want it to do.
Clearly, the biggest trend is AI. I think what people don't really realize, and came out of the conversations we've just had, is that AI needs data. And you're not just going to get a tool which is going to magically change the way that you do business. You have to have some sort of data pool, data lake, data warehouse, whatever you want to call it, but the information has to be there. So either you have it or you got to create it. But basically, if you are a company that's trying to resolve a problem, you've got to first of all get data around that problem, analyze it. You've then got to go back to the customer and predict what they're going to want to do and then resolve it. So for me, AI is the technology, but behind the AI is actually a lot of operational thinking and analysis into how to use the tool.
The illustration I put up is the seesaw. Remember when you're kids, one side goes down, the other side goes up. So if you have high regulations, you have low innovation. If you have low regulation, you have high innovation. So that's to say that, yes, everybody looks to Silicon Valley in the United States for technology innovation and big tech, but South African innovation and technology skill is alive and well, but it's living in Silicon Valley. French innovation and technology advancements is alive and well, and it's living in Silicon Valley. People from all over the world have to go there because the regulations are less, so innovation's higher.
A lot of people see technology and customer experience as separate, but in my opinion, they are incredibly well interwoven. And so when we think about technology and we think about customer experience, in almost all cases, it's dependent on technology. It's just how technologically enabled is that customer experience. 200 years ago, only royalty, celebrities, and the extremely wealthy had access to a servant or a concierge that would be able to service their every single need. But the reality is today, with the advent of AI and the technology behind artificial intelligence, as well as the technology that the internet facilitates, you and me can have the same experience, and I would argue an experience 10 times better than that of a king or an incredibly high net worth individual or even a celebrity.
So the outside in perspective is quite critical. So we can come up with all inventions, but customers basically don't buy inventions and features for their own sake. They buy into the experience. So basically thinking about it from that perspective and keeping the customer at the center of what we do, it's still something that we haven't tapped into enough. We can't really say that we are customer centric in 2024. And we need to negate that for something else. I think we haven't pushed enough down when it comes to that.
Companies are starting to realize that customer experience is important, but along with it, I think companies are also starting to realize that employees are important. And conferences like this help link the two concepts, that you can't have good customer experiences if your employees hate coming to work.
Remember, we didn't have a chief marketing officer. We now have a chief marketing officer. We didn't have a chief digital officer
a CDO, as recently as 15 years ago. And soon you're going to have a chief customer experience officer. The consumer is now demanding a different experience. The consumer is now demanding services that they need, and organizations need to keep up and actually meet those customer expectations and provide that customer experience and provide those services that the customer requires.